Hi, I'm coming to you from my home in Harrison, as the synagogue building is closed for a good chunk of this week, given where we are in our construction phase. And particularly, our rabbinic and cantorial studies are being upended. So why not come to you from this space? You're probably seeing this on a Wednesday or a Thursday, midpoint between the tragedies of last week's shooting in Parkland, Florida, and next week's festivities of Purim. And there's actually a connection between the two. Of course, this Sunday night, you have the opportunity to come together for the Megillah monologues. It's a women's only event. There's only a few spaces left. On Monday night is a very, very important congregational meeting. And then next Wednesday, of course, Erev Purim, we have our CSR's Got Talent, followed by what's called a Purim Suda, a Purim feast. Dinner's on us, starting at about 6:30. Come, learn, eat, drink, enjoy yourself. But what's the connection between the tragedies of last week's events in Parkland, Florida, where 17 individuals were just sadly gunned down and murdered, and next week's festivities of Purim? Here's, I think, the connection. Well, we often think about the Purim being summarized very simply as they tried to kill us, they didn't, let's eat. The crux of Purim is a moment in time where Mordechai goes to Esther and says to her, who knows, perhaps you've been put into a position of power just for this very moment. And Esther is able to find the courage inside her and to go to King Ahasuerus and to essentially point to him and say, it is this evil man Haman who plots to kill my people, the Jewish people. Your Majesty, please do something about this. And he does. And the reason why I say the connection between Purim next week and the tragedies of last week are, as I think, because we are now seeing young people, as Esther was a very young queen herself, rising up around our nation, beginning to speak truth to power, beginning to take to the streets, to demand change, to demand justice, to say it cannot be this way any longer. We need to be able to know that we can go to school and be safe. We need to know that we can walk our streets and feel safe. We need to know that the scourge of gun violence, which continues to afflict our country each and every day, as too many people tragically die because guns are just so easily and readily available in our country. These people are saying, do something. It's as though they heard the message of Mordechai to Esther saying, who knows, maybe you were put into a position of authority and a position just for this moment alone. So friends, let's listen to the voices of our youngsters. Let's listen to the voices of these teenagers in our country who are saying it can no longer be this way. We can make a difference. Just as Esther said to King Ahasuerus, it can no longer be this way. We need to make a difference. So come next week, celebrate Purim with us. Be able to find that voice inside yourself to be able to say the way forward has to be different than the way it has been. And of course, I always wish you a Shabbat Shalom. Come join us this Friday night and Saturday morning at the Right Presbyterian Church, 6:30 p.m. Shabbat evening services, 8:45 Saturday morning Torah study. Wishing you a Shabbat Shalom.